Around here, there's a bunch of crooks around here. You ain't supposed to be in that jail, boy. Get over there, man. No, that's supposed to do, man. That come in.
Is my salary going up?
The Bahamian people got to wake up.
This is my 5 cents and I approve this message.
BTC's CEO says jobs at the company could be at risk. Police call to the Ministry of Works as employees continue to protest. Plus, Vote Yes campaign spokeswoman Teresa Moxie Ingram voices concern over the discriminatory amended gaming bill. We've got those stories and more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and NB12 starts right now. Topping news tonight, as the government moves to liberalize the telecommunications sector, CEO of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company, Leon Williams, warned today that BTC employees are at the risk of losing their jobs and the company would die if it fails to adequately prepare for competition. At this point, he says BTC is simply not ready for another cellular provider to enter the market, telling NB12 the network is not ready and its revenue leaves a lot to be desired. Monique Toot reports.
The new CEO of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company says there are over 700 employees at BTC whose jobs are now at risk as the company faces competition in the cellular market. Leon Williams told NB12 today he does not believe BTC is ready for competition. He says the company's revenue lines have been flat in recent years despite rolling out products and services like LTE and 4G.
738 employees at BTC whose jobs are presently at risk because any new competitor coming into this market will not come with more than 70 persons. That will put those 730 jobs at risk. And the people at BTC, the employees must understand that, and the public at large must understand that. So if we don't prepare the company for liberalization, then we put those people's jobs at risk.
Williams, who was a guest on Guardian radio talk show Connected with Lester Cox, says it is his job as CEO to restructure BTC and ensure it is ready for competition. However, he suggested as cable and wireless moves to cut costs in a competitive market, a likely target may be BTC, which has the highest cost per employee and accounts for 40% of jobs at CWC.
You heard Phil Bentley and the other person says that Cable and Wireless is looking to eradicate $100 million worth of cost. This is not rocket science. We know what the cost first targets will be, what the low-hanging fruits are. So if a company comes in to compete with BTC, the market is only so big, 350,000 of us. You bring in a cellular customer, new vendor, BTC lose market share, automatic. It can't maintain 100%. 2016, the second cellular company comes in. The other two fellas lose market share.
When asked if he feels BTC is ready for a second cellular license holder at this point, Williams said,
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. The network is not ready. Productivity, creativity, the revenue lines have been flat for the last 3 years. There's been no new growth. There has been no new services that has been launched. We are not sure. The company is not ready.
Williams claimed that BTC's revenue lines are flat, contradict statements made by former BTC CEO Jeff Houston, who said in July 2012 that the government was receiving almost double the revenue from BTC as a 49% owner than when it owned the entire company. However, Williams insisted that the launches of its LTE, 4G, and 3G networks did nothing to change BTC's balance sheet.
And the reports are not balanced. And people in the industry looks at it and says, this is nonsense. It is easy for any reporter to go at the BTC website and all the reports are there. You could look at the balance sheet. You could look at the P&L and do your own investigation so that when you write it with empirical evidence of what you're saying. not on rumors. I mean, that is what you do on a plantation.
He says it's a do-or-die situation for BTC, insisting the company has no choice but to be ready by the time government awards a second cellular license.
That's not optional for BTC. If BTC is not ready, it'll die. You know, that's it. And who will be the big losers? The Bahamians at large, because Bahamians now own 51% of the economic share of BTC. And as I've stated over and over again, liberalization does not in itself is a job creator.
In the meantime, Williams says a new deal struck between Cable and Wireless and the Christie administration earlier this year has been finalized, and an announcement will be made shortly. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Tu.
In other news, more than 100 workers gathered in the reception area of the Ministry of Works this morning. The irate employees who are upset over outstanding hazard pay intensified their actions, effectively blocking the building's entrance and pitting union members against executives and the Bahamas Public Service Union. Our Jasmine Brown was there for all the action and filed this report.
Employees at the Ministry of Works escalating their actions this morning, blocking up the entrance and lobby to the building and forcing some senior officials to be escorted out by police and security.
Talk to the police. I need all of you around me. All of you around me. You got 5 or 6 other brothers. Let's go. I got babies.
Despite promises from the government, workers say they are still waiting on the Ministry of Works to deal with their salary concerns, specifically hazard pay, according to Superintendent at the Ministry of Works, Stephen Douglas.
Nothing has been resolved. All I'm hearing is they're working on it. That doesn't suffice. I know Christ is coming from 2,000 years ago. He haven't reached yet. Is that what we're supposed to do? Just hold our bread and wait? All of us will die.
BPSU officials say they did not sanction today's demonstration, but protesters insisted today that the union is not moving as quickly as they'd like. It erupted in this heated row between Union Executive Vice President Kinsley Ferguson and Douglas.
I believe that if we were, from this actually initially started, if we were apprising the persons, the members, the staffers here as to where we were with what we were doing, we wouldn't have this morning.
Hold on. I can answer one question that he just asked. He said after this, he's going to meet with us to find out where we go from here. Where we go from here is tomorrow morning. We could be right back here.
Right back here.
All right? And they could prolong, they could procrastinate, they could put off. All we want to know, and the meeting that is going to be held on Monday, I hate using the word because I use it to render it, but it's irrelevant. It isn't important to us. We done had more than enough meetings. Does he mean what he say?
No.
Does he say what he mean?
Listen. Listen, while the concerns of every individual here is important, at the same time, we understand red tape in this country, and some things take time. And so what we have to do as well is afford the authorities an opportunity to address it. When we get an answer from them as to where they are, then we can do what we think is necessary. Okay, but we have to give them an opportunity.
Now, some of the employees were paid, and Works Minister Philip Brave Davis promised earlier this month the rest of them would be paid soon after. Ferguson said they are advising members to wait a bit longer.
The process has already been initiated to address the outstanding persons who would have not received a hazard pay.
The workers left the area just before midday and only after union officials begged them to give the union until Monday to address their concerns with the government. Ferguson warned members against following the advice of the wrong people.
With regards to the union and its membership, the tail don't wag the dog. Also, if persons are allowing people who may be affiliated with the union but don't hold a position in the union to lead them, then whatever the consequences are, the chips will fall where they may. And so we are advising our membership to await until we hear from all the authorities so that we can give them a concrete answer.
Ferguson promised that if the matter is not resolved by then, they would fully support any action their members decide to take. Meantime, employees' actions come less than a week after the Bahamas Public Service Union signed an agreement with the government, increasing wages for some public servants. Reporting for NV12, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Well, Vote Yes lead spokesperson Teresa Moxie Ingram said today she does not support the amended gaming bill. Moxie Ingram, who led the Vote Yes effort in the lead up to last January's gambling referendum, said although she's looking forward to the industry finally being regulated, the discriminatory nature of the bill is not something she can endorse.
I'm disappointed that what we were hoping would be legislation that would open the entire industry to everybody, whether resident or visitor. I'm disappointed that that has not been provided for in the legislation. I think it's positive and forward thinking in many ways. I just wish the discriminatory, provisions were not there.
The much-anticipated amended gaming bill includes legislation to regulate the country's web shop industry, something Moxie Ingram noted is a positive step. However, the bill still maintains the clause that bars Bahamians from gambling in casinos, and it also prevents foreigners from gambling in web shops or through websites operated by web shops. Moxie Ingram said the latter is akin to shooting yourself in the foot. She said by disallowing foreigners to gamble in number houses, the amended gaming bill is not encouraging to the web shop industry or its future growth.
What it is, it's restricting the growth possibilities for that industry. There are more people visit the Bahamas than live in the Bahamas, and if you have the potential for a percentage of those visitors to patronize local industries, then why would you shut it off from them? As far as I'm concerned, that's almost like shooting yourselves in your foot.
PLP MP for Marco City, Greg Moss, who is no stranger to deviating from his party on key issues, has also criticized the discrimination in the bill, particularly the status quo as it relates to a Bahamian's ability to gamble in casinos. He dubbed the bill economic apartheid. Moss said, "It's shocking to me in an independent country. We are basically saying the majority of people in our country are not equipped or to be trusted to interact at that level with white people in the casinos." Moxie Ingram said today she agrees with Moss's economic apartheid comment. She explained she wants to see the amended gaming bill passed and the industry finally regulated, but she does not support discrimination.
Do you support the gaming bill as it stands now with this discrimination in it?
No, I don't. I want the legislation to move forward. I want the legislation, however, to not be discriminatory in any way. In its present form, I don't like it.
On another note, on July 3rd, we showed you a picture of a man police told the public was wanted for questioning in connection with a murder investigation. The man police were and still are looking for is named Ben Charles, aka John L.A., who police wanted to speak to about the murder of Kentley Milford at the end of May. However, the picture police released to the public was that of Jimmy Charles, who is not wanted by police. Jimmy Charles's wife contacted us, and we contacted police, who confirmed they released a picture of the wrong man. Again, the man in the picture is Jimmy Charles, not Ben Charles, and he is not wanted by police. Royal Bahamas Police Force Superintendent Stephen Dean apologized for the error. When NB12 returns, the Education Minister pledges to strengthen the country's underwater cultural heritage. Stay with us.